More than 3 million pages, 2,000 videos, and 180,000 images just dropped into the public domain. It's the largest release of its kind in US history. But what are the Epstein Files? And why is this historic dump dominating headlines around the world right now? Today, we break it all down. What's real? What's redacted? And what's still being fought over behind closed doors? When people talk about the Epstein Files, they aren't talking about a single folder or notebook. It's a massive archive of evidence, investigation records, and government documents tied to the late financier Jeffrey Epstein, his criminal network, and his long-running legal saga. These files have been the subject of secrecy, controversy, and now an unprecedented release mandated by US law. Jeffrey Epstein was a wealthy US financier who cultivated friendships with powerful figures across politics, business, and entertainment. He was first prosecuted in 2008 in Florida for soliciting a minor for prostitution and later indicted again in 2019 on federal sex trafficking charges involving girls as young as 14. Before he could stand trial in New York, Epstein died in custody, which left many questions unresolved and fueled public suspicion. So then, what exactly are the Epstein Files? They are the combined body of evidence gathered by federal and state authorities during decades of investigations, including court documents from multiple jurisdictions, emails, flight logs, and communications, victim and witness interviews, photos and videos collected from Epstein's homes and devices, internal law enforcement reports and search warrants, FBI and Department of Justice investigative notes. For years, most of these materials were locked away in government databases, some under seal and others partially redacted to protect privacy and ongoing investigations. Everything changed in late 2025 when Congress passed the Epstein Files Transparency Act, a law requiring the Department of Justice to release all unclassified and non-sensitive documents related to Epstein and his associate Ghislaine Maxwell to the public within 30 days. President Donald Trump signed it into law amid intense political pressure and public demand for transparency. The law specifically said that records could not be withheld just because they might embarrass powerful people or expose reputational harms, a direct response to decades of public distrust around Epstein's connections. However, law enforcement can protect victims' personal information and content depicting child abuse. On January 30 to 31, 2026, the Department of Justice released over 3 million pages of documents, along with 2,000 videos and 180,000 images. This is the largest single release of Epstein-related material to date. But the release isn't complete. Lawmakers, survivors, and watchdog groups are pushing back, saying significant files remain unreleased or heavily redacted. Critics argue that some information still hides key evidence about others who may have been involved in Epstein's trafficking network. So why does this matter? The Epstein Files don't just show a criminal's actions, they raise questions about power, accountability, and justice. These aren't just court records. They include communications involving influential people, travel logs from Epstein's private jet, and evidence collected over decades. Even the release itself is now a political flashpoint, with debates over how transparent the government should be and what the public deserves to know. The Epstein Files have gone from secret government evidence to one of the biggest document dumps in recent memory, and the full story is still unfolding. Whether you're seeking justice for victims, truth about powerful figures, or just understanding what really happened, this ongoing release is one of the most consequential transparency efforts of the decade.